What's up, dudes? Welcome to today's vlog.
Shaileen's on one tonight, I swear.
Today is going to be a little bit of a different vlog because
Today did not go as planned, let's just say that.
was not the day we expected.
But it ended up being good.
Yeah, it ended up being a pretty good day, but it was busy, filled with a lot of things, and we did not have a camera with us. So
Yeah, and we had a camera with us a lot of the time, but we went to closing and for our old house, and so that's all done and taken care of, and that's just not stuff that we wanted to film just because it's a lot of personal information.
yeah. So as of right now, we are legit, officially homeless. That leads into the first topic of discussion for the evening.
So first off, what we're going to do today, instead of like a regular vlog, we've had a ton of new subscribers, almost 3,000 this last month, and which is incredible. It's like doubled our channel in subscribers and viewers, and so we really appreciate it. So what we're wanting to do today is to do a question and answer, a Q&A. We've been asked a lot of questions. We try to answer them in the comments. We try to be as good in the comments as we can. But I'm sure if somebody else is asking that, I'm sure other people are wondering as well, right?
Yep. Question time. So people have been asking where we are going to be living, and our living situation is as follows. We live with my sister.
Yeah, so we moved out of the house as of yesterday and closed today, but our new house isn't going to be done until about Thanksgiving. So we're not living with anyone, so we don't have our own place at this point, but we are living with Shaileen's sister.
You guys met them, Tristan and Nelson.
They are awesome, and we are extremely thankful.
We are so grateful for their kindness and generosity to let us crash their basement.
You're such a weirdo.
They're letting us crash their basement, which is fantastic because we looked into one of those Airbnb type things and like a extended stay hotel. They are so expensive. It would have been double our mortgage cost. Ridiculous. So we are extremely grateful for them. So that is where we're crash padding at. And we have our own little digs down in their little basement, which is kind of nice.
Yep, but we're going to probably not film here a whole lot. Just we're going to try to keep it, so they have their privacy.
Yeah, because it's their space, not ours, so we don't want to invade on that.
Yeah, so we're going to try to be as active as we can, which is going to get us outside more, doing more stuff than usual, right?
Yeah.
Another question we got asked here recently is what our thoughts are in surrogacy. If you guys don't know what surrogacy is, go look it up, but pretty much what it is it's where
having somebody else carry our child. So
you're better at explaining this.
Basically, surrogacy, there's kind of two ways you can go about it. You can either take his sperm, my egg, shablammy, put them inside somebody else, and they are gestational carrier for you and carry our child. Or you can do where you adopt an embryo or use donor sperm and a donor egg to create a baby inside somebody else. Well, I mean, we've thought about it a little bit, but it kind of goes back to the same issues we kind of have with infertility treatments and adoption. Is surrogacy is extremely expensive. A lot of people don't realize that. Depending on the situation,
of course.
I mean, there are different ways you can kind of go about it, but I mean, for the most part, surrogacy is incredibly expensive. So that's, I think, kind of one of the reasons we've kind of steered clear of that. Also,
but we're still kind of open to it as well.
Yeah. Also, we don't have the option of using eggs of mine, and so it would either have to be his sperm with a donor egg or a donor both ways. So I don't know. It just kind of is a lot of decisions that go into it, and we just haven't really gone to that point yet. We haven't felt like that's what's meant for our family. So it's not really something.
But again, like I said, that doesn't mean that it's
against
out of
it.
Yeah, we're not out of. It's not out of the question.
No,
so
we just haven't really.
What we're trying to do right now is just try to be
happy with where we are.
Yeah, we made a vlog a little bit ago that probably a lot of you guys didn't see about whether we're going to have another baby or not. And so I'll link it here.
For those of you that are new, we did not have a baby. We'll clarify that because I can't have kids, so Jax is actually adopted. So for those of you that are also new, you might not know that just kind of by watching the vlogs if you haven't seen any of the adoption vlogs or things like that.
Yeah.
But Jax is adopted. We have an open adoption with his birth family, and it is amazing. The best way to do it. So
go watch our About Us video. It's on our homepage, and it's I thought we did a pretty good job at it. It's not the best produced video, but it's a really good story.
It's a really good story. Yeah. So So another question we've kind of been asked a couple of times is kind of the things that we will or will not miss about a single family home moving to a townhome. Like, will we miss having a yard? Will we miss being, having a bigger space? Things like that. And like the reasons for why we chose to go to a townhome.
I would say, I think I would like to say first that we have thoughts in our head on how it's going to go, and it may not. We really don't know, but we are just taking a leap into a different kind of a lifestyle, and we're going to see how it goes. But go ahead.
So I think one of our biggest reasons for this move, besides location, because the location is absolutely incredible, but besides location factor, I think our biggest reason for it is we're trying to go more on the minimalistic side. We're trying to kind of get rid of a lot of things that are unnecessary in our lives. We're trying to downsize a lot of things, get rid of a lot of unnecessary items that we just have in our house for no reason. And going to a townhome is going to help out with that a lot. Now, the thing that a lot of people that don't really understand is our townhouse is actually bigger than the finished square footage.
Livable,
Yeah, the finished livable square footage of our townhome is actually going to be bigger than our house that we just sold. Now, the differences is we're not going to have a basement, so we're not going to have storage areas that way. But we're still...
Which I think is a good thing, because a lot of times the basement, the crap that we have down there, it's like you have like your Christmas stuff that you put down there, which I think is really good. But everything else like that we had in our basement was crap. It really was. And so
stuff that we hadn't touched in years.
Honestly, that's like one thing that we are kind of looking forward to. We don't have like that extra, 600 square feet or however much it was. It's unfinished for possible expansion. But most of the time people don't use it. Let's be honest. And if you're just storing stuff, you really don't need it, and it's just a wasted space and more clutter, which can cause more contention and stuff like that. And that's just what we want to do.
The only other thing that we're losing in this house is just one bedroom, but it still has 3 bedrooms plus an office, a huge open concept family dining room, and kitchen, which that was our biggest drawing factor for us, is that the living area, it is all completely open and flows together, and it's amazing, you guys. It's going to be so nice. So nice.
And then it's just like living closer to friends and family. I think, the type of home that we wanted with the type of living space that we wanted was not a possibility in our price range in the area that we wanted. And I think location and being close to family and friends is key. Plus, without having a yard,
it's going to make it time.
It's going to free up a lot of time. And we have like a little HOA. It's not a whole lot of money. They're going to take care of it all. There's parks. You guys saw the park that we went to a couple days in the vlog that was incredible. That's pretty close to our place.
There's like 2 parks within walking distance. Probably 3 that are technically within walking distance. And then there's 7 within like a 3/4 of a mile from us. It is an incredible area to live.
Yeah, so like we said, we are hoping that we've made the right decision, but I think sometimes you just got to jump headfirst into stuff and, and find out on your own, because you're never going to know what's right for your family unless you try. So another one that we were asked yesterday or the day before is why Jax was placed for adoption. And a lot of times it's worded a little bit differently, why he's given up for adoption. And, first off, I'd like to say, most people don't know it, and they don't intend it to be, as in a negative connotation. But the correct verbiage, for it is why he was placed for adoption, because no kid is ever really given up in most circumstances, at least.
Yep.
It's not necessarily our story to tell, right?
It's Jax's story. So there are certain parts of his story that we keep for him.
Yeah, and if he wants to open up and talk about that one day, on this channel or another channel, if he ever wants to do that, he's more than welcome to go ahead and do that. But it's just, that's privacy for him on what his story is, and we have a hard time telling that for him.
There's a lot of parts to his story that we don't talk to people about. And it's not because we're
openly. If we're have a
private one-on-one conversation, But it's not for like, oh my gosh, bad reasons, or we're trying to keep things from people.
It's actually good reasons.
They're amazing. It's just, that is not my amazing story to tell, and it's not Kurt's amazing story to tell, and it's not for anybody else to hear from anybody other than him, or unless it's a situation that we feel like we're comfortable to talk to you about. But Jax, all that I think is important is Jax is extremely loved, and his birth family loves him so much.
Yeah, and that's what I like about
so much.
That's what I like about adoption is in what scenario is having more people to love you
a bad thing.
A bad thing. It is fantastic. So he has us. He has grandparents. He has grandparents on the other side. I'm sure we've never met them, but he has, you know, both sets of birth parents, all of his siblings. He has a ton of siblings, and just he has a lot of people that love him, and that is key.
It's awesome. Adoption pretty much is like the coolest thing ever. It has its ups and its downs for sure, but it is wonderful. I think the last thing that we're going to talk about is we get questions a lot about kind of Kurt and I and our relationship, how we met, how things like that took place. Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Me and Shaileen have kind of a funny story in how we met. I don't even know if we've talked about it on the vlog at all. I'm sure we have. We have almost 700 vlogs in a row.
I don't know if we ever have.
Maybe. Anyways, but we met in high school.
You were a junior, and I was a sophomore.
That's what it was. So I was a junior in high school. Shaileen was a sophomore, and we met mostly because of music class. We liked choir a lot. We both caught each other's eye right off the bat, and we liked each other a lot. The funny thing about
He was a stud muffin with frosted tips.
It's true, frosted tips and puka shells. But it's kind of funny because when we met each other, we always kind of liked each other. Actually, there's no kind about it. We liked each other a lot the whole time. But the funny thing is we had significant others the whole time. Yeah. Like either I had a significant other or she did, and one of us was single sometimes, one of us wasn't. And so there was always like a lot of flirting and stuff going back and forth, but never like we were always still faithful, and it never turned into anything. It was kind of funny because Shaileen always told her friends in high school, she's like, I'm going to marry that kid.
I did. When I was 16 years old, I turned to my best friend and I said, I really think I'm going to marry this kid one day. Yeah,
and little did we know it happened. So what happened is a couple of years after high school, 2 years, I think, right?
3 years after you graduated.
Yeah, it's like
so 2 years after I graduated.
We both were single. We found each other, I hate this part, but on Facebook again. And we messaged each other and asked her if she wanted to go to a movie. And so we went to go see 21 in the theaters. And she was too scared, so she brought her sister.
Terrified, you guys. I went into a full-blown, because I'd liked this guy for like 5 years, right? I went into a full-blown panic attack. I called my big sister the night of our date, and I was like, I cannot do this alone. You need to find somebody and come on a double date with us right now. And so my sister showed up, and he was like, what's going on?
Yeah, which it wasn't a big deal, but it was just kind of funny. So that's, how it kind of So that's how it kind of happened. Ever since there, we kind of dated a little bit thereafter, then became official.
Our first date was April 24th of 2008. He told me he loved me for the first time 17 days later.
I think she pretends that she knows these days.
Why would I know? I have them all written down. 17 days later, he told me he loved me for the first time. And then we were engaged on December 13th, 2008. And got married April 16th, 2009. Yep. So almost exactly a year from our first date, we got married.
And a lot of people will think that's like insane, but what's kind of funny is in Utah that's like a long time. If I'm wondering if you would do it over again, would you do it that fast?
If I were to do it over again, no, and I would not get married as young.
Yeah, no, I don't think that we did it wrong at all either.
No,
I think it was actually perfect for us.
I wouldn't change anything. Our situation is perfect. But like, if I gave advice to somebody else, I'd be like, maybe stay engaged a little bit longer, or like, don't get married at 20, and then go to Vegas on your honeymoon.
Yeah, we went to Vegas on our honeymoon.
I wasn't even 21.
Oh, so, anyways, that's how we met, and we've had a fantastic relationship. I really do think that we get along really well. I think we kind of like my strengths, and her weaknesses, and her strengths and my weaknesses. They kind of mesh really well,
complement each other really well.
And
this guy is like the most passive man on the face of the planet.
Most of the time.
And like, you have to do something real bad to upset him.
That's the thing is like when I'm really passive and I'm really chill, but if there's something that bothers me and it really bothers me, I'm going to let you know about it.
He's very
passionate. But it has to really get past the line. Kind of like the other day when we were going through realtor crap, and not realtor crap. Kind of like the other day when we were going through like selling home crap, and we had just stuff going on. I lost it, and it was bad. But anyways, you guys don't need to know about that.
Our relationship is great, and I think that when people say the first year of marriage is the hardest, I think that's cool. Whatever. The first year was the hardest, man. I mean, it wasn't for us because we had a bunch of adoption and infertility stuff that made the next couple of years hard. But I think marriage is awesome. It is so cool, and it's like you just get to live with your best friend every day. What's better than that?
Yep, and it's all about, communication and being,
and compromising.
I think compromising is very important.
Not too much, obviously, but a little give and take is really good.
I think it's important to realize that people are going to have ups and downs, and to be able to understand that and be able to live with it, and realize that there's going to be good days and bad days, and
he's a saint to put up with me.
Damn right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. If you guys have any other questions, continue asking them down below. We want to definitely do more of these again in the future.
And I really want to do another Ask Jax. I love the Jax Q&As. He is so funny. So if you have any questions in particular for Jax, please comment below, because I think we're about due for another Ask Jax.
It's true. That's something you want to continue doing over and over again. Then one other thing is the diet bet that we have set up is going to be starting Saturday. So if you guys want to join in, we have, I think, 4 or 5 people in it right now already. And the way it works is you put a little bit of money in. If you lose, that's true, you need to join. And if you guys lose 4% of your body weight in 30 days, I think, 28 days, I can't remember, you win your money back, plus you split up everyone else's money that didn't do it. And 40% of your body weight actually isn't too bad to lose.
Not 40. 4.
Did I say 40?
Yes. 4%.
4% of your body weight. And it really isn't that bad. Like when I lost 100 pounds back in the past, I did those consistently, and I won like $1,000 on that website.
It's pretty
cool. Come join us. The motivation is going to be fantastic.
No, this video is not sponsored. We are just passionate about it.
Yeah. I just want to get back on track. And, that's one main goal that we have living here with Tristan and Nelson is we want to eat healthy. We went grocery shopping tonight.
We did a big healthy grocery shopping trip tonight.
And we're going to start cooking and preparing. And I'm just excited to start feeling good all the time. Anyways, this is running extremely long.
Thank you so much for joining our little family and friends group that we have going on. We love your faces so much. Thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow. We will see you later. Peace out.